Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Morgan and today I'm really excited because it is starting to feel like fall. And what I mean by that is today and yesterday it was 30 degrees here, and snowy. So that's a whole nother story. But super excited for fall. So today I kind of decided to do somewhat of a fall look. So if you're interested in seeing that, go ahead and keep on watching. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, all that jazz. And let's go ahead and jump in. So today I'm gonna go ahead and prime part of my face first using this new, to me, face milk. It's the strawberry face milk from 4th Ray Beauty. So it comes in a little dropper. And I've actually been using this as primer. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply this to my face first, just to add some extra moisture, and we can have that set in while I'm doing my skincare. It smells really good. It smells like strawberries. It is very moisturizing and nourishing, so I really do enjoy using this as a primer. Alrighty, and if you've been here before, you already know I'm gonna go ahead and go in with my e.l.f. putty primer. This is in the shade Sand. That's what it looks like. I'm just gonna apply it with my finger. I've actually been doing that recently, and I am liking the way that that looks. All right, and now that we have our eyes primed, let's go ahead and jump into the palette that I'm gonna be using today. So this is the newish ColourPop My Little Ray of Sunshine palette. It's all matte, so this came from their Sunflower collection. And it's an all matte palette, and I think that this is very cute for fall in my opinion. So we're actually going to be using that to create today's look. So first off, I'm just going to take a nice big fluffy brush. This is a BH Cosmetics brush. With this brush, I'm going to go ahead and jump into the shade called Vibey, and that is just this mustardy orange looking color. And I'm going to use this as my crease shade. And then if I need to, I can always go up and blend it with a different color. So again, just applying this here to the crease. Now I know like brands are really behind right now with their launches, but I feel like ColourPop has just been on one, just even more so than they were before COVID. So it's kind of hard to keep up. I don't know. Tell me what y'all think. Like, I'm going to show you guys this. This is actually, I don't really know if I normally experience this with ColourPop palettes, but it's very kick-uppy. Again, not an issue, just for some of you if it is. Just wanted you guys to know that. So it's a very pretty yellow mustardy shade. I actually very much so like that. Also, ignore my little friend on my forehead. Just don't look at it. Next, just taking the same exact brush, I'm going to go into the shade called Limoncello, and that's this deeper mustard shade. And again, just using the same brush, I'm going to tap into that. That one has much less kick up than the prior shade, and I'm just going to again use this in the crease to kind of help deepen it up a bit. And so I'm really just starting to help build depth into the eye look without it being super bright. Also, have y'all went and picked up your pumpkin spice lattes? Because I have multiples since they started making them for the season. So love me a pumpkin spice latte. Probably a little too much. All right, so this is what the crease is looking like so far. I love it. I think it looks very fall, but like on the mustardy side instead of like the vampy side. So we're just gonna keep on trekking, and I'm just gonna take a flat shader brush like this one. This is also a BH Cosmetics brush, and I think I'm gonna jump into this shade Chillin', and that's this shade right here, which is kind of like a deeper red brown. And we're going to use this and pack it onto the outer corner of the eye. And again, that one doesn't have too much kick up also. Okay, so this is coming off definitely more orange. So it's more of like a red orange, I would say, or a brownie orange, which makes sense because it's like a yellow orange palette, so I'm not mad at it. I just thought it would be a teensy bit deeper and a teensy bit more red, but I think we can make it work. So that's how that one's applying, really pretty. And we're gonna go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. And then with no extra, well, I might take a little bit of my crease brush that I used and dip into that Chillin' shade. And I'm just gonna go ahead and kind of use that to help blend that shade out into the crease a little bit. So I'm going to attempt to keep this look all matte. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is jump back into my e.l.f. primer and apply that to the inner portion of the eye. And I'm just gonna use my finger to do this. It doesn't have to be super precise. If you want it to be more precise, you can go in with a brush, but I don't really like my cut creases to be super sharp. What I'm gonna go ahead and do now for the lid shade, I'm gonna go into the shade Happy Place, and I'll show you what that one looks like. So this is the shade Happy Place, and I'm gonna take just the other side of that flat shader BH brush that I was using, and we're gonna use this as our lid shade today. And the reason why I went back in with my primer is because I wanted something tacky for this shade to stick onto, so that way it would be more pigmented. If you don't want it to be more pigmented, don't go back in with a primer or a concealer. That way it'll be kind of more soft. But in this case, I want that color to really pop on the lid, so I wanted it to have a sticky base to grab onto. And that's what we're looking like. I'm gonna go back into that deeper red shade called Chillin', and we're gonna use that to kind of help blend out that lid shade with our outer corner shade. And I'm using just a little bit of that shade Chillin', not too much. And you can kind of go back and forth between the two colors and kind of blend and, you know, make it look the way you want. And then from there, I'm happy with that. So next what I'm gonna go ahead and do is grab a smaller brush, something like this, like a smaller smudge brush. And I'm actually gonna go into the deepest brown shade in the palette, which is called Sun Giant. And that's this shade right here. And this is a BH brush from their Weekend Vibes collection that they just came out with recently. And that one has a lot of kick up again. And I'm just gonna tap off the excess on that, and we're gonna be applying that to the outermost corner of the eye. Again, it's always better to start out with a little than a lot. So if I feel like I wanna make it a little bit deeper, we'll just continue to add pigment until it's the shade that I want it to be. And we're doing this just so we can have more depth in the lid. Like you see the difference between this eye and this eye? That's kind of the effect that we're going for. So I'll go ahead and do the same thing to the other eye. Now if you feel like you lost some of that Chillin' shade, go ahead and grab that flat shader brush again, dip back into that Chillin' shade, and you can reapply it where you feel like it needs to be. So I feel like I lost it just a teensy bit here on the innermost part, so I'm just gonna reapply it. And this is what we're doing for the eye look today. I'm gonna do something that I haven't done in a really long time, and that is a wing liner. So bear with me. I'm gonna actually do this off camera, but this is the liner that I'm gonna be using is from NYX Makeup, and this is the Epic Black Mousse Liner. And it's a potted liner with like a frosted glass finish. So really like this packaging. And I'm just gonna go in with any angled liner brush. I'm gonna use this stiffer one just to see if I find that easiest to apply. This is the ColourPop E6 brush, and it's just an angled brush, so we're gonna be using that one today. Again, I'm gonna do this off camera because it's been a while since I've done a wing liner, so wish me luck and I'll be right back. All right, so I am back with wing liner on. Y'all, I did it. They're not perfect, but they're cute. Super cute. Thoughts on this? It is a drier formula, so just keep that in mind. And it does kind of dry quickly too, so you do have to work kind of quick. But with that being said, it was still really easy to use, and this brush that I used with it also made the world of difference. So really like that. First time using it, so yeah. Okay, so next up, I think we're gonna go ahead and stop here, and I'm gonna go ahead and do the rest of my face. I'm gonna do this similar to how I did my date night tutorial video, where I'll be showing you the products that I'm using, but I won't be talking about it, and I'll have some music for you in the background. And then once I'm done with that, we'll go ahead and come back and finish up the eyeshadow look as well as the lips, and we'll be all done. So let's go ahead and jump into that part. right, y'all, I am back and I am loving how my face has turned out. I used the new, or it's not new, but it's new to me, the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I like it. The shade doesn't really match me right now. So I'm hoping in the winter it'll be a little bit better, but I do love this so far, and everything else just worked great. So we're gonna go ahead and continue with the lower lash line for the eyes. So first up, what I'm gonna do is apply my favorite brown liner. Y'all already know this is the Fenty liner in the shade in Big Truffle. This is like a pencil liner here. So now that we have that liner applied, I am gonna go ahead and jump back into the palette, and we are going to use some of the shades that we used on the eyes down below. I'm thinking I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with the shade Chillin' first, which is that red shade we used, a reddish shade that actually looks orange. And I'm going to start applying that to the lower lash line. And I'm just using the very tip of my flat shader brush that I used on the upper lash line to apply this. All right, and then just to deepen that up a little bit, I'm gonna go back into the deep brown shade we used on the outer corner. And honestly, I can't see the name right now, so this one, and I'm just gonna take this shade brush, but I'm just gonna apply this to the outermost portion of the lower lash line. And I'm just looking down in a mirror, sorry y'all. I think that's all I'm gonna do. We're gonna do an inner corner highlight. So I think this is where I'll bring some of the shimmer back in. So for my inner corner highlight today, I'm actually gonna go in with the Laura Geller Gilded Honey highlighter. I actually like this. I think it's a little bit too light for my face, but I enjoy it for inner corner highlights and things like that. And that's how we're gonna bring some shimmer into this look. It goes perfectly. Cute. So I'm liking the way that looks, so we're gonna go ahead and jump into lips. But before we do that, I'm gonna go ahead and set my face using my new favorite setting spray. This is the Milani Fruit Fetish Make It Last setting spray. Mine is in the scent Dragon Fruit Peach. It smells so good, so good. The sprayers are a little bit harsh, but it doesn't even matter with how good the product is and how good it smells, so I'm not really even mad at that. And as that's drying, I'm just gonna go ahead and tap in any excess powder that we might have on the face. And I'm just now realizing I didn't put any highlighter on my nose, and y'all saw how pigmented that highlighter was, so I'm just taking whatever was on the brush and I'm rubbing that in. This highlighter by Juvia's super pigmented. Last but not least, we're gonna go ahead and jump into lips. I'm gonna be using a favorite that you guys already know about. This is the Shayla Times ColourPop Lippy Pencil in the shade BFF number 4. It is a dark brown liner. So I'm gonna go ahead and line my lips with this. Alrighty, so now that I have my lips lined in a little bit, I'm gonna go in with this new Juvia's Place lipstick. So this is in the shade Cocoa. First of all, this is what the packaging looks like. Really pretty. And I'm gonna go ahead and jump in with this. So this is just a deep brown cocoa shade, and it matches perfectly with the lip liner. So we're gonna go ahead and jump in with this. I don't know exactly what the finish is supposed to be on this, so we're gonna find out together. Definitely chocolatey and super vampy, which is kind of the look I was going for today. So it's definitely matte, but still has that nice lipstick feel. And also, I think maybe it's supposed to be like a velvet matte, so I really actually like that. All right, y'all, this is it. I'm really loving the way this look turned out. It is really giving me fall vibes. The lips especially, like I am so ready for fall to kick in. Let's go. But anyway, that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. And you can also follow my makeup page as well on Instagram. That will be linked down below. And with all that being said, I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye.